Live. There we go. What's going on, everyone? Thank you all so much for tuning in at this time. Everybody that's here, I greatly appreciate it. Anybody watching this on the replay, thanks so much. Don't forget to like the video, subscribe to the channel. Well, what do you say at this point? Now, enjoy the 9th or 10th seed. It is what it is, unfortunately. It sucks, but, we just gotta lock down and focus. I say it all the time. It's not how you start, it's how you finish, right? You last 2.5 months were ridiculous, right? You guys are great. Lakers winning a bunch of games. Had one of the best records. Doesn't matter. Again, you don't finish. You don't win the games that you need to finish the most. You don't win the games that you're supposed to win the most. No Anthony Davis, no LeBron in the previous game, right? Now, obviously, they didn't think that Anthony Davis was going to get hurt. You didn't know that was going to happen. But, it sucks. Again, we don't know how sick LeBron was. Hopefully he's not just like packing it in. Anthony Davis, sounds like he has a concussion, right? Because if he was all disoriented and getting elbowed in the temple and eye area, like you got to imagine that's not good. To me, you're not climbing. It would take a miracle for basically you'd need everyone else to lose every game the rest of the way. The Warriors probably don't lose a game the rest of the way. Go look at their last 3 games. They're probably going to end up being the 8th seed. So you're probably playing, the Pelicans or Phoenix or Sacramento, and then you're gonna. It's just, you had the Warriors shoot the lights out. Look, this game is what I talked about in the play-in, which was my concern about the play-in, right? I was like, can the Lakers, maybe they win 9 out of 10 times, but if the Warriors shoot the lights out, guess what? It's over, right? Well, guess what? The Warriors just set a season high for 3-pointers, right? They were only 2 away from their franchise record, right? It's just, you don't handle business. Another team shows up. They wanted it more. You didn't have Anthony Davis. LeBron James did everything you could. D'Angelo Russell was a no-show. Austin Reeves actually played better. Hopefully he can continue this. To me, you got 2 games left. Rest everybody, right? Rest D'Lo, rest Reeves, right? Because he's played every game this year. Although he might want to play the games, but if he does play, fine. If you want to play, all 82 games, fine. But he's only playing 10 minutes, right? If I'm the Lakers, I'm resting everybody. Because there's nothing left, right? Okay, you win your last 2 games, cool. To me, I'd rather have everyone fresh, everyone ready, 100% LeBron, 100% Anthony Davis. You basically get a week's worth of rest. To me, I'd rather have the week's worth of rest. Give me the week's worth of rest. Go into that first playing game. Hopefully go win 2 games and your season isn't over shortly. And now you play the Thunder, you play Minnesota. I like our chances. Right? You saw Miami last year getting to the NBA Finals. Right? If any team could do it, it's the Lakers. But can they show up in the playoffs? It's going to be a big question. It's going to be key. It sucks. Right? It's disappointing. Right? You need your stars. You only had a handful of games left. I get you don't want to risk it. Right? Okay, fine. I'm assuming that Anthony Davis is pretty messed up. I hope he didn't miss. But it's just, it just sucks. Right? You work this hard to get to where you're at, and you drop it at the end, lose 2 straight games. They couldn't afford to lose these 2 games. But in general, look, LeBron did what he could. Again, I'd rest everybody, I'd sit everybody, just call it a night. Darvin Ham, man, couple good things. One, Lakers, if we get into the offseason, they're probably going to make some changes. Darvin Ham's probably gone. Or I would hope. You got to get rid of him. Dude, we cut it to 5, and you take out LeBron, and you take out. I understand that there was only 2 minutes left in the quarter, or whatever. But instead of you need this game. You can't afford to lose this game. LeBron just got 4 days rest or whatever, right? Hey, Bron, sorry, you got to play. You didn't play in the Minnesota game. We can't run the risk of losing this game. We just cut it to 5. I can't take you out, man. You got to finish this. We got to finish strong. Now maybe you're tied. Maybe you take the lead, right? Or let's say it stays at 5. Let's say you don't, right? Let's say it stays at 5. Now, if the Lakers come out with that same urgency that you saw in the 4th quarter, instead of you still being down and it's a 10-point game, you're winning. Now you're winning the game, right? And now everything changes. Now you got some momentum going into the fourth. You have a lead now, right? You start the game on a 7-0 run. You're in good shape. It's those little things. It's the things like that just, again, you got to fight. Darvin Ham cannot be the head coach next year. He just can't. And he's out there, oh, we can't be doing that. Like, dude, you can't be coaching the way you've been coaching, right? Like, I'd love to hear him be like, just, hey, you know what? I'm doing a terrible job right now. I need to do better, right? Like, it's crazy to me. But it's unfortunate. Now, look, the Lakers can still win 2 straight games in the play. It's not going to be easy. It's not going to be tough. I don't really trust this team to do it. I've talked about it repeatedly, right? In the playoffs, I trust the Lakers in the playoffs. I don't necessarily trust them to get there. I've said it for a while now, right? And I still don't really trust them to get there. But can they win 2 straight games, right? Like, let's say the first playing game we play, Sacramento. Can we beat Sacramento? Yes. I believe in a playoff setting. They don't have Malik Monk, right? I think the Lakers can beat them. Okay? So then now you play the Warriors or the Pelicans, right? Or Phoenix, something like that. Can you beat them? Yes. You've beaten all those teams. But it's tough because I don't necessarily trust them. It's frustrating. Like I said, it sucks. You're basically the 10th seed, right? But we'll see. Look, people thought the season was over last year when we were in the play-in. We're in the conference finals. I'm not ready to pack it in yet. I'll pack it in when it's done, right? Regroup. Let's get it, right? Stay optimistic. I'm going to stay hopeful, right? Somebody's got to, because I'm sure many people are like, oh, that's it. It's over. It's done. No, let's stay positive, right? I don't want to root for the failure of my team, right? I still believe in this team. Anthony Davis, LeBron James, healthy, two straight game 7s. Let's go. You play the Thunder or you play Minnesota, right? I like our chances, at least in the first round. So we're still there. It's just the chances of us getting there is just that much more harder. It's going to be tough. But anyway, let's dive into breaking down players, and then we'll jump into all the super chats and regular questions real quick. Take a quick second, hit that like button, hit that subscribe button. We got over 300 of you in the chat. I really do appreciate y'all being here. Seriously, you guys are awesome. But yes, quick second, hit that like button, hit that subscribe button. Trying to get 20K. I'm almost 20K. I want to get 20K before we get to the playoffs. So I got 3 for 3, 7 rebounds, 11 assists, 2 steals, 33 points. Again, he tried to do what he could. He tried to keep us afloat. Unfortunately, just didn't happen. Jack Says 5 6, 6 rebounds. Got to rebound the ball better. Got to box out better. Austin Reeves, he finally shot, right? Look, when he can shoot the basketball and he's knocking down his 3 ball, everything opens up. It made everything so much easier for him. Again, I really need Austin Reeves to turn it on. I'm really hoping that this is the beginning of him knocking down the 3 ball, right? 8 of 15, 4 of 7 from 3. Love it. 7 rebounds, 6 assists, 22 points, and 0 turnovers. I love to see that from Austin Reeves. D'Angelo Russell, I mean, we can never get a Reeves and D'Lo game together. It's so frustrating, right? Like, it would have been great to have D'Lo show up. He was just bad this game. I mean, defensively was just getting beat by Chris Paul. D'Angelo Russell couldn't find the bottom of the basket to save his life. He had 14 points, but 6 of them came from free throws, which he was 6-6 from the foul line. But, I mean, D'Lo's got to be better. 3 of 11, 2 of 7. You have no Anthony Davis. We needed him this game. Needed him badly. And you have 7 assists. That's great. 2 rebounds. That's great. Well, not great, but, okay, you get a couple rebounds. You got 7 assists. No turnovers. Beautiful. But then you're a minus 11 and have 14 points. 2 of 7 from 3. 3 of 11 from the field. It's not going to cut it. It's frustrating. We need D'Angelo Russell to be better. Need him to be better. You can't have it, right? I criticize Austin Reeves all the time for his poor play. I got to be fair. D'Angelo Russell got to be better. Can't be getting torched, especially by Chris Paul, man. Come on, man. I mean, he just took him behind the barn and said, sit down, little kid. Like, come on. Take some pride on the defensive side. It's frustrating. But Spencer Dinwiddie was 4 of 7, 3 of 5. He's been more aggressive. He's been hitting shots, which I like. 12 points. Hopefully that can continue. Hopefully that can maintain. Outside of that, no one else. Rui was solid. Missed several like gimme shots that you got to make. 2 of 7 from 3 isn't going to cut it, but he gave you 20 points. It just wasn't like the efficient Rui, but he had some blocks, he had some steals, some rebounds. He was doing his work. So Rui definitely deserves some credit. But anyway, let's dive into the chat. Again, really appreciate you. Hit that like button, hit that subscribe button. Let's get into it. So, Lakers always lose badly when I bet on them, right? That's usually how it goes, right? So disappointed. Likewise, I'm right there with you, man. I'm right there with you. D'Angelo Russell stands around and watch others hustle. Russell, yeah, he was not very good at all today. Harry Giles, I don't know. Why does Darvin Ham do half the things that he does? Again, I'm done with this team. Who knows if we make it to the playoffs? Look, like I said, I'm going to be optimistic. I'm going to be hopeful, right? Can the Lakers make the playoffs still? Yeah, absolutely. Right? I'm not going to root for my team's failure. I'm just not, right? I'm a Laker fan through and through. It's not over till it's over. I'm going to live with them. I'm going to die with them. Let's get it. Right? So I'm not done with this team by any stretch of the imagination, but I'm not super confident, right? My confidence isn't super high, but I don't believe, like, if you're a true fan, like if you truly believe in this team, right, then you have to at least be hopeful. You have to at least be optimistic, right? You could be realistic and still be optimistic. Is the likelihood of them making the playoffs very slim? Absolutely. Would I bet on it? No. Do I necessarily think or trust them to do it? No. But I'm going to be hopeful. I'm not going to root against my team. I'm not going to, they're trash, they're suck, like I'm done with them. No, I'm going to be optimistic. If it doesn't happen, it doesn't happen. And we'll talk about the offseason. I'm telling you, Darvin Ham got to stop giving TP extra minutes and move 10th seed. A 6 is unlikely. Yeah, the 6th seed, all these other things are out of the question. We're the 9th or 10th. It would just take so many things to fall into place. Just missed the playoffs and fire Darvin. I don't want them to miss the playoffs, even if fire Darvin Ham. I just think you got to fire Darvin Ham regardless. But they can't get kicked out of the play-in. Hopefully, you don't have to worry about them falling out of the play-in. Yeah, should have fired Ham after we got swept last year. I mean, I didn't mind them keeping Darvin Ham, right? I mean, we didn't get swept because of solely Darvin Ham. We got swept because the team didn't show up. I mean, outside of Austin Reeves, the team as a whole was bad. Darvin Ham definitely got outcoached. Darvin Ham was definitely bad, but I didn't mind them keeping him around. His first year, given all the circumstances, bad, but he's shown this season that, yeah, it's time to go. I get hindsight's always 20/20, so you could look at it and go, man, we should have, but it's his first year. I hope we missed the playoffs. Fire Ham and build around the core of Braun, AD, Russell, Reeves, Rui, and Vanderbilt. I mean, I hope that they fire Darvin Ham regardless. Look, I don't want to miss the playoffs. I want to be in the playoffs. I want to at least have a chance, right? Like, I get, you missed the playoff. And the concern is if you make the playoffs and, like, let's say you do make it to the conference finals again, or let's say you do magically win the NBA championship or something, then they probably keep Darvin Ham. But still, like, I want to at least be in the conversation. I want to at least enjoy some level of playoff basketball. I don't want to be sitting at home watching all these other teams get to play and the Lakers are out of it. So I need to see the Lakers at least get there. And then from there, we'll see how it goes. But coming in hot with the super chat, Tristan, appreciate you. Why not run another big? Why take Rui and LeBron out? Again, Darvin Ham, trying to figure him out is like trying to, I don't even know, trying to solve an unsolvable equation. It's just half the things he does doesn't make sense. Half the lineup structures he has, he doesn't understand lineup structure. Talk about it all the time. He doesn't understand how to properly structure lineups. He looks at guys as like, you're all basketball players. You guys should all be able to play however. But there's a reason that every other team understands lineup structures and they have certain pieces in games at certain times and against certain matchups and things like that, right? Because you still need to have some structure. I don't know why he didn't play another big. Probably because the Warriors are small, so his logic is like, we can get away with Rui and LeBron at the 5. But again, there's no explaining. You're explaining the unexplainable. It's what it is with Darvin Ham. It's unfortunate, but that's the reality. Close Clippers are beating. Yeah, everyone we needed to lose today except for the Pelicans all lost. Like the Lakers would be in great shape right now if they handle business. But nope, instead, the Warriors are. Warriors are probably going to win outright because they've been doing their job. They've been just as hot as we are, or we have been lately, now actually better. And their Warriors are probably going to move into the AC. We need a legit 3-and-D. Danny Green and KCP is better than Cam Prince. That would be very nice. Only keep the main 6, maybe Prince. Everyone else is tradable. I mean, we'll see what they do in the offseason. Look, the Lakers are going to go for another star, right? I mean, there was a report that came out per, who was it, Chris Haynes, I think, that said that Atlanta is expected to trade one of DeJounte Murray or Trae Young. So I think the Lakers go after Trae Young, go after Donovan Mitchell. They're gonna go after somebody. Will they get him? I don't know. We'll see. But they're gonna go after somebody. No AD, no excuse. This is a game that we needed. Yeah, absolutely. There is no excuse. You gotta win this game. You gotta figure it out. Let's see. It's a marathon. I'm tired of everyone living and dying with every game. These are Ham's words, by the way. Yeah, it's well, guess what? You just ran yourself out of the marathon, right? Now you're in the consolation section, hoping that you get another shot in the main section. So, look, I get to an extent, you don't throughout the course of a season, there's so many games. I talk about it all the time, right? And I do think there is this roller coaster, like call it the pendulum all the time. But come on, man. Like, there's just no sense of urgency. No sense of urgency. Bad game from Rui, but it's obvious why. AD's absence neutralized Rui. There were no mismatches. Green was on Rui for a lot of the possessions, which he couldn't exploit. Yeah. Yep. Didn't come back to bite us. Yeah. When you're nonchalant, you don't care. Guess what? It translates. And I was just about to say that Ham finally knew when to call a timeout, shaking my head. Yeah, facts. Oh, here come all the trolls out of the woodworks. All of a sudden, Lakers lose a game. Now all the trolls are like, oh, now I can come out of my hiding spot. I blame 100% of this game on Anthony Davis, 100. I don't care what anyone says. I always defend players when it comes to injuries, but this right here was soft. You have to play. Yeah, but here's the thing. What if he has it? I don't know. Like, we don't – that's the thing. Like, we assume, but we don't know the circumstances. Like, he got hit in the upper eye area. Like, what if he has a concussion? It said he was like, that he was feeling disoriented and stuff like that. Like, what if he has a concussion? He can't play. The NBA wouldn't even allow him to play. And if he has a concussion, he might have to miss, like, significant time. Because now he's got to go through all the protocol and everything. So again, like, I get the frustration. I am frustrated too. Don't get me wrong. I'm not trying to downplay this by any stretch. But it depends on, like, we don't know what the circumstances is, right? We don't know. Like, Anthony Davis could have maybe wanted to play, and the league was like, dude, you can't, right? Like, you get elbowed again in the face or something. Like, no, like, now we are in trouble. So, again, I don't know what the circumstances are to be able to say whether Anthony Davis was being soft or not. I don't know. He's been very good this year about playing through injuries and stuff. It's frustrating. I get it. I'm mad. I'm upset too, but we got to let cooler heads prevail is kind of my thought process. I don't know. I mean, guys need to step up regardless, though. Scar coming out, $10 super chat. Thank you so much. I really appreciate it. D-Lo, feminine, soft punk self needs to be gone this summer. AD cost us 7 seed, and brain dead Ham lost the game in the third. Mentally over this team and front office. I'm over basketball, bro. Well, first off, yeah, D-Lo, I said it earlier, man. You had Chris Paul basically bully you and embarrass you. You gotta step that up, man. You can't look. I've criticized everyone when they deserve criticism. D'Lo deserves 100% criticism in this stream or in this game. I mean, where was it? We needed him. This was a moment for you to continue to play great, hitting shots, playing defense. I've highlighted that he's actually been playing better defense. He's had good active hands. And what do you do in this game? You basically just get punked and bullied the entire game. Like, you can't have that. Can't afford that. You can't afford to have you just be all, like you said, feminine soft. Like, you can't afford it. AD costing us the 7 seed. Again, we don't know the details, right? Like, Am I mad? Do I think AD needed to play? Of course. But like again, what if he had a concussion? What if he has something that he can't play? Again, I'm not saying that that's the case, but I just, like LeBron, he missed with the flu, right? But like I said in that stream, like how sick is he? Like, what if he has, COVID is like a thing, right? And now the new phrasing is flu-like symptoms. Because if you have COVID, then you have to miss mandatory 2 weeks, stuff like that. So again, like we don't know the circumstances behind the scenes. And Anthony Davis he's played the most minutes out of like any player the last like 100 games or whatever it is. Like I don't want to just assume Anthony Davis was like, oh, you know what? I got elbowed, so I'm just going to take the night off. Right? Like, especially when he's consistently played through the injuries, at least this season. So I don't necessarily know if it's that, but again, we don't have the details in that regard. Yeah, brain dead Darvin Ham, I'm with him. You cut it to 5 with like 2:30 left or whatever it was in the third quarter. Like, sorry, Bron, you got to play. You just had 4 days off, right? Like, you got to figure it out, right? Like, because now who knows? Maybe you have the lead. Maybe even if it's, let's say you're down 7. Well, guess what? Now it's tied at the end of the thing rather than you still down 10 at the end after that stretch in the fourth, right? To start the fourth. Like, it's just so many things that just like Darvin Ham, you just look at and you just go, dude, why are you doing this? Like, I understand he has like a plan mapped out, but sometimes you got to divert from the plan. That's what good coaches do, right? Good coaches, they have a plan. Every coach, every game has a plan. But sometimes things happen where you got to go, okay, we need to go a different way. If we were down 12 or something like that, and it's like, maybe let's rest LeBron and see if he can kind of do what he did in that Clipper game, fine, so be it, okay. But you literally worked that hard to get it to 5, and by the time the quarter's over in that final 2 minutes, you're back down what you started. It's things like that. It's little things like that. It's so frustrating. Mentally over the team in front office, I get it. Like I'm drained too, but somebody's got to be optimistic, and that's my thing, right? Like it's never over till it's over, right? Again, do I trust the Lakers? Do I believe that they'll necessarily do it? No, but I got to have the faith. I got to be optimistic. I got to be hopeful, right? Lakers, if anyone can do it, they can do it. Miami fans probably thought that their season was over when they lost that first play-in game, and all of a sudden they're in the finals. If anyone can do it, it's the Lakers. You get the right matchups in the playoffs, all of a sudden you could be in the conference finals again with the chance. I'm not saying it's going to happen. I'm not saying I would bet on it. I'm not saying I'd count on it. But again, it's not over till it's over. And we've seen plenty of things in sports where it looks like it's over, and all of a sudden you look up and it's like, wow, like, wow, we really did it, right? So I'm going to stay optimistic, but I understand other people not wanting to be. But appreciate you. Again, thank you, Scar. D'Lo plays with no effort. It's disgusting. This game, yes. Look, he's been really good this year, but man, like this game was inexcusable. You're just getting torched on the defensive side. You're not hitting shots. You just poor shot selection, which when he's on fire and he's hitting, that shot selection looks great. But when you're not, stop doing it, right? Like you cannot let Chris Paul, who is basically old enough to be your father, to just bully you possession after possession, man. Like, take some pride in the matchup, right? Like, do something, right? Let me see some of that competitive nature, that Mr. Ice in your veins. Like, come on, dude. It's so disappointing. I've been so high and have defended and just been so big on D'Lo all season, right? I've hyped this man up. But come on, like today's game, this effort, this game was just, can't have it. Can't have it. Tristan, we are here because of bad rotation, 74, 82 games, 480. Yeah, look, I've talked about it heavily this year. Darvin Ham doesn't understand. He doesn't understand rotational structure. He doesn't understand lineup structure. He doesn't understand matchup structure, right? Like how, like players and pieces and how to utilize players, right? He's always tinkering with stuff, which, early on, again, I defended. But once we got through the play-in, or not the play-in, the in-season tournament, and you win that, and now you have an idea, what do? You go and you you start tinkering with it. You put D'Lo and Reeves on the bench, and you start doing all this crazy stuff, and it's like you cost us a bunch of games we didn't have. And then it's like, oh, let me put this guy in and that guy, and it's just, I get it. You're looking at it as like you have NBA players they need to play, but you also need to understand and have situational awareness and understand how to properly rotate guys, how to properly utilize timeouts. Like, you don't get a bonus for having extra timeouts. Oh, man, I saved 340 timeouts this season. Man, that bonus is going to be great. I get $100 per timeout save per game. Like, there's no benefit. It's just time and time again, this guy just makes terrible decisions. And look, I am always quick to defend head coaches, right, when it's warranted. Because, again, like, there's so many things that go on to being a head coach. But Darvin Ham he's indefensible. He really is. He's indefensible, right? Like, there's no way to defend this man, right? There's no way because, look, I'm a firm believer in players still have to play, right? I think a lot of people love to default to the head coach, right? People want just one person to blame. So it's like, oh, this guy's the problem or this guy's the problem. No, Darvin Ham is he's not the main problem or the only problem, but he's a big, big problem, right? Like, he may at this point be the main problem. He's not the only problem, but he is a big, big problem. Big, big problem. Let's see, what else? Again, appreciate you. I hope we missed the playoffs and trade D'Lo. He's too inconsistent. I mean, D'Lo's been very inconsistent or very consistent this year. After like the in-season tournament and all that stuff, it's just the last like 2 games he's been rough. Let's see. Tyler, AD's injury did not look that bad. I'm sorry, I'm not defending him. Yeah, but just because it didn't look bad doesn't mean it wasn't. Like, it doesn't take a lot to give somebody a concussion. Right? Like, I mean, if you've ever had any type of like fighting training or anything, like, you'd be surprised. Sometimes it's like the little thing that you think is nothing that all of a sudden it's like, oh, he has a concussion. Again, I'm not saying whether he is or isn't, and I'm not defending him. I'm just saying we don't have the details. We don't know what it was. We don't know how significant it was. And if you get caught in the right place, it doesn't take a lot of pressure. It doesn't even take a lot of pressure to knock somebody out, right? Like, so you're talking like when you get to the eye area and like the temple area, right? Like, that's very sensitive territory, right? It doesn't take a lot of pressure to really like impact somebody, right? Like, you think like, oh man, it's all funny. It's all funny. Like, it's all good. But all of a sudden it's like day or two later, you're like, why do I feel the way that I feel? And it's like, well, because you got hit. Like, again, I don't know. I'm just saying, like, we don't have the details is my point. I'm not saying you have to defend the guy. I'm just saying we don't know. Like, what if it really was that bad? The offense is so stagnant, defense so terrible. Yet the fact that we can't adjust in game is crazy. We literally just kept playing for open threes. Yeah, it's just Darvin Ham again. He doesn't know how to divert from the game plan. He has his game plan. He only knows what he knows, and he doesn't know how to branch out in any other way, and it's frustrating. Let's see. Clippers beat the Suns. Yep. I hope Lakers. What? I don't understand what you're asking. What you're saying? Sell the Lakers. I don't know about that, but I'm mainly just trying to cope right now. I love AD, and he obviously understand his importance and stuff. But people are upset with him. Not saying it's always his fault, but God, the baggage is crazy. No, I get it. And again, it's the reputation, it's the history, it's all those things. I get the frustration. Let's see. Getting ready for playoffs. I hope this isn't him in the playoffs. Hopefully that was Ham's last home game. The only reason I say I hope not is because I hope we're in the playoffs and we're playing some home games in the playoffs. But if we don't make the playoffs, yeah, that better be Ham's last home game. Like, as soon as the offseason happens, like, the first thing that needs to happen is you're firing Darvin Ham. Lakers players don't know how important the game is and the Wolves game. Yeah. Hey, look, one of the things that I talked about was that if I was Darvin Ham, if I was LeBron, if I was these guys, one of the things that I'd be doing is putting on the board where we're at. Oh, we just did this. Oh, and a lot of people were like, oh, no, LeBron and all of them said they're not looking at seeding. They don't care. Like the fellow. This is kind of why. This is kind of why I said I think you should care. Because when you're tuning it out, you're not really thinking about it. And I understand not wanting to think about it. And I was okay with it until you got there. As soon as we were tied and took the 8th seed, slapping that thing on the board, and I'm going, see that, guys? Your hard work just paid off. Do not fumble it now. You have, at that point, we had 4 games left, right? You have 4 games left. Here, you are the 8th seed. Look at this, or this, look at this. You are the 4th seed, or you are the 8th seed. Do not fumble this, right? That's why I think you need to care, right? Because when you see it, you visualize it, you see the hard work, you see the things, right? But when you tune it out and you just pretend like, it doesn't matter, it's all good, we don't care. Well, now stuff like this happens. Now guys don't show up in big games and big moments because they're just out there playing rather than having a sense of urgency, right? To me, it's like I would have highlighted it, right? I would have been like, guys, you did it. We're here. You did it. All this hard work the last 2.5 months, you did it. Don't F it up, right? Like, don't, you have a chance, right? But they probably didn't do that. They probably just kept tuning it out. Oh, don't worry. Don't look at the standings. Don't do this. Don't do that. And, now we're potentially missing the playoffs. So, balls definitely have magnets. This game, it felt like it. This game, it really did. Only chance now is if the Warriors lose one more and Kings lose twice. Yeah, it's so hard. Like, there's too many things that need to happen. But let's see. Those 2 losses hurt. Yeah, you basically ensured that you're the 10th seed, or in that 9 or 10th. 26 threes. Yeah, you got it. At some point, you gotta close out. You gotta defend. D'Lo and Darvin Ham is the reason we lost this game. Yes, Blucka, thank you so much. Really appreciate it. Yes, take a quick second, hit that like button, hit that subscribe button. If you're not subscribed, I greatly appreciate it. Like I said, closing in on 20K. Closing in. I want to hit 20K before the playoffs, or the play-in, which is like the 16th. So I'm like, let's see, where are we? How close are we? I'm 6 subs away from 19,700. So there's 6 of you that aren't subscribed. Take a second, hit that subscribe button. Let's see what else. Ham is dog water, EFX. Let's see. Your energy tells me shock, bro. You really thought LA wins? I'm unsubscribed. Just say you need attention and move on. Like, nobody cares. That's just, like, you need attention that bad, and you can't even speak. Like, if you're gonna criticize, you're gonna unsubscribe. At least, like, make sense in your comment. God, goofy. Some people, like, I'd rather you just say, I need attention, look at me, like, than just leave some nonsense. Move on, be done. AD had missed 6 games, and he sucks. Yeah, I mean, I wouldn't say he sucks, but missing games. I mean, they let them wide open every night. I'm not trying to figure out the point. I will feel embarrassed for not even playing basic defense. Yeah, no adjustments, no changes, no nothing. You didn't want the game. That's what it is. You didn't do anything to try to offset the improvement. It's frustrating. Let's see. Ham doesn't make any adjustments. He's watching the game like me. Yeah, basically. He's got a front row seat to every game, is what it is. This is going to happen in every matchup we see in the playoffs. Yeah, Lakers got it locked down. D'Lo was terrible this game. Could have been one game out of the 6th seed, and Ham is an idiot for LeBron and Rui out. Down 5 goals, State goes at 55 run. Yeah, can't do that. Let the overreacting begin. Allow me to add to it. Trade everyone. AD is soft. LeBron is 100. All-time overrated. AR shows up once every 50 games. Rui go back to Japan. And D-Lo max min. Players no depth. Kazo. I appreciate you. Let's see. Coach is like he's playing 2K FX. We had 8 seed for like 10 seconds and dropped right back down to death. Yeah, terrible. Darvin Ham, legit comical trash FX. It's crazy. Without AD, they won't defeat better rosters in the playoffs. Yeah, but you should have AD in the playoffs. The play-in tournament was really – see, this is something that people keep – it's just so like, oh my God. So first off, if there was no play-in, the Lakers would have just been in the playoffs the last few years. Like the Lakers have been the 8th seed or the 7th seed. Like people keep leaving these silly, goofy comments. I see this stuff all the time where people are like, the play-in was created for the Lakers. It hasn't benefited the Lakers outside of this year. This year would be the first year that it would actually benefit the Lakers. The Lakers being the 7th or 8th seed and having to play in the play-in does not benefit the Lakers. The Lakers would have been in the playoffs. It hurts the Lakers because now the Lakers have to play an extra game that they wouldn't have to play otherwise. Like, God, like people just be talking, man. It's crazy. Like people just love to say stuff. Lakers don't deserve to make the playoffs. Losing so many games, might as well tank it and get a lottery pick. Well, we don't own our picks, so can't even do that if we want to do. Everything you're saying would require Darvin Ham to be a good coach, which he's not. YTB gets so many minutes over max. Mind blowing. Lakers take it for granted. Yep. D'Lo can't defend. D'Lo can't play defense. Never seen a team lack this much heart, especially in a crucial game. Warriors, like every other team, plays with more heart, but that's been a running issue all season for the Lakers, right? Like the lack of just showing up in moments where you need them to show up, right? It's just that's a problem. It's a real problem. Ham literally treats regular season games like they're guaranteed playoff spots. Yeah, he acts like, we're guaranteed in the playoffs. It's no big deal. Why Curry and Wiggins had to come back? Because it's the Lakers. Everyone always comes back for the Lakers. Brick and open looks is on the players, absolutely. Which is why I say all the time, it's not everything is solely on Darvin Ham, but he is terrible. On a night where the Kings and Suns lost, yep. Lock Cam Reddish to prison, man. He's not an NBA player. He's not good at all. He's living off of that Phoenix game. I don't want to see him in the Lakers uniform unless it's South Bay. Spencer easily better than D'Lo in a playoff setting. Find out, or well, maybe we'll find out. Isn't that the bacon we're looking for? Let's see. Season's not over yet. Still got a lot of opportunities ahead of us, but not looking good. Again, season's not over. Bro, I'm done with this team. Oh, look at you. Still want the Lakers to be in the playoffs to get bounced in the first round. Hey, rather be in the playoffs than not. Okay, like I don't understand what you were trying to get at. Like, look at you. Like, okay, go touch grass. Again, I'd rather you just say, look at me, I need attention, please. Can I please have attention? Rather than leaving some goofy comment. Like, yeah, I want the Lakers in the playoffs. Even if they get bounced in the first round, at least they made the playoffs, goofy. Like, what team is you? You must be like a Grizzly fan or something. Like, all upset and hurt. So let me get this straight. Or let me get this right. We have to win 2 straight games in the play-in to slither in the playoffs and have to play the Nuggets or Timberwolves in the first round. Yikes. I mean, if we have to play Denver in the first round, I worry about. Minnesota, I am actually pretty confident we can beat Minnesota. Minnesota in the playoffs. Like genuinely, I think we can. So let's get there. Let's see. Another guy that needs attention. Just say you need attention and move on. God, we get it. Like, man, where's Tyrese? Call Tyrese because at least Tyrese is a good troll. All right, can we get a good troll back in the chat? God, all these other trolls are just lame, disappointing. Right? If you're gonna troll, at least be creative, man. You're worse than the Lakers have been with your troll. Watch them get blown out by the Grizzlies on Friday. I won't even be surprised. I said it earlier. I think the Lakers should just sit everybody. Just rest everybody. You're probably like it would take a miracle for you to get into that 7th or 8th at this point. So just pack it in, call it a night. All right, just be done. Again, I've never said that. You're getting me confused with another white guy. Must be a different white guy you're thinking of because it ain't me. Lakers have seriously sucked since 2020. I mean, we were in the conference finals last year. You know, pack yourself. Clippers fan room. Let's see. We can't even guarantee the 9 seed. I mean, the only thing that the 9 seed gets you is like you get that first play-in game is at home. Like, outside of that, like it doesn't really matter. You're going to be on the road the entire time anyway, so bring it on. Let's see. So we're the 10th seed now. Yes. They're called role players for a reason. Clearly, they ain't stars. Very true. Very true. Let's see. Hit that. Bridget, thank you so much. I really appreciate that. Yes, take a quick second. Hit that like button. Hit that subscribe button. This will make people mad, but don't overreact. The boys battling tonight. 2 teams spanned illegal screens for the entire game. Insanely hot from 3. Season is probably over, but that's all right. Like I said, it's not over till it's over. I'm going to remain optimistic. Welcome Trae Young to LA. It's very possible. Again, where there's smoke, there's usually fire, right? And they have to trade one of them. So which one do they end up trading? Yes, exactly, Andrew. Season isn't over. Still got a lot of basketball left, but it's not great. Let's see. If we had Trae Young, hey, it could happen this offseason. We'll see. Big D'Lo fan, but he was awful today other than his assists. I'm right there with you, CG Gaming. Look, I've been super high on D'Lo. I have hyped up D'Lo. I have defended D'Lo on numerous occasions, but this was you got to show up, man. We needed you this game, and he just decided not to show up. Terrible. Bad game. D'Lo made Chris Paul look like Magic Johnson. What killed us at the end of the third quarter, Gabe gets Paul on cross court, and they put up 10-0 in a minute and 46 seconds. Yep, that was the wrap. Wasted another Braun performance. Braun really wanted this. You could see it. And a few defensive lapses, but the intensity was there. Yeah, LeBron tried to do what he could. Got fouled, yeah. Tyler, let's be real, man. Come on. Man, the Lakers blowing the season is over. Again, it's never over till it's over. Right? Again, believing that that Lakers can win 2 games is not delusion. It's not. It's a possibility, right? Like, again, is it like I said? Is it likely? Would I bet on it? Do I expect it? No. But again, no one expected the Lakers to be in the conference finals last year. But what did I keep saying? Let's wait and see what happens. Let's wait and see that. Even when the Lakers beat the Grizzlies, everyone started coming around. I was like, let's wait and see what happens. Let's wait and see what happens. Again, like if you want to write it off and say season's over, season's done, that's fine. Do that. Right? But if the Lakers are in the playoffs, I don't want to hear, oh, man, we hear Lakers win the championship. I don't want to hear, oh, man, we won the Lakers champions. No. If you want to write them off and you want to say season's over, then fine. Celebrate. Season's over. Okay, fine. I'm going to stay on the side of I'm not going to call it either way. I don't know. It's too early to call it. Let's wait and see. Again, I said the same stuff last year when everyone told me it was over, and the Lakers all of a sudden were in the conference finals. It sucks we didn't win the championship last year. We got swept, but we still made the conference finals. Again, I don't know. I live in the model of Unless it's over, it's not over. We've seen teams that Boston blew a 30-point lead in like the fourth quarter not that long ago. Like, again, things happen. I'm not saying it's going to. I'm not saying I bet on it. I'm not saying it's guaranteed. I'm not saying anything like that. But it's not some like, oh, come on, Tyler, like be realistic. Like, realistic is we have 2 play-in games that we need to win to get into the playoffs. That's not unrealistic. That's the facts of the reality. Will we win both? I don't know. We probably won't. But hey, when it's over, we'll talk about it. Lakers can't rely on the 39-year-old LeBum to carry to the offense and defense. Yes, agreed. Tyler, I don't care how undisciplined he is. Hayes tries his absolute hardest. No, I love Jackson Hayes. Nothing about that. Every single time you can feel passion through the screen. I wish the best for him. Yeah, dude, Jackson Hayes is fantastic. I love me some Jackson Hayes. But for him to be like a real huge, significant piece, we need him to kind of learn that discipline and learn the understandings. Sorry, turn on me. Shame on the Lakers. LeBron James, despite being sick, played a great game and understood the importance of this game, but others are pure trash gone this season. I feel like this team gave up like the Rockets did after a 10-game winning streak. Yeah, but the thing is, they were still there. They were still in the conversation. Let's see. Braun walking this season with D'Lo to the Cavs. LeBron's not going to leave this year. He's not going nowhere. Let's see. How do you get torched by Chris Paul? Terrible dude. Yeah, he was atrocious. Terrible. Again, Chris Paul made him look just silly. Let's see. I'd rather have Phil Handy as a head coach. We will cheer for the Pelicans this time to beat the Kings and Warriors. Vanderbilt is probable against the Grizzlies doing along with AD. Hopefully, I'd love to see Vando come back. Again, I talked about like I don't know if you should just sit him, right? I just sit everybody. But do you think Darvin Ham understands basketball? I think he played in the NBA. So obviously he understands basketball, but understanding basketball and understanding what it takes to be a coach are not the same thing. There are lots of excellent basketball players that were never good head coaches and that were never able to be good head coaches. More times than not, NBA players don't translate well into head coaches, right? How many point guards have tried to be head coach? I mean, Magic Johnson was a terrible head coach. All right, understanding basketball and understanding the game doesn't mean that you understand how to be a head coach. Let's see. Gonna take that L on the road in the play-in now. Hey, that's what you got to do. Line it up and let's get it. Let's get it. D'Lo no-show 2 games when we needed him most. His team ain't it. Yeah, we need him. Rondo needs to be added to the coaching staff. I said that I don't hate that in the offseason. Maybe look to bring him on board. Who is better for the team, Trae Young or DeJounte Murray? I mean, Trae Young's the better player. So you go with the better player for the upside. Also, just to me, I'm not super big on Trae. Look, I like Trae. I like Trae. We'll see how it goes, but I don't know. I'm not like super stoked on Trae. We'll see how it goes. Let's see. The marathon is almost over. FX. You could have put with not Jackson, the other guy. I'm blanking on his name. We had several options. We need to get extremely lucky to get the 8th, 7th seed. If we're the 9th, I don't think we make the playoffs. I still think we can make the playoffs, but it's very unlikely. and we'll see how it goes. Sluss really knows how to use Italian facts. D'Lo needs to go. His effort was terrible. Let's see what else. I told y'all I'm just at the age where I don't anymore. 79 games. We've been doing it. They are who they are. They have been who they have been. Let's see. Our defense was not good at all. It's such a fraudulent team. It sucked. I think we have to lose to them. I feel it. Let's see. Draymond shot the light. I mean, credit Draymond, man. He shot the lights. I mean, but you have to kind of live with it. He was like, what, 6 or 7 or something like that from three-point range? You have to kind of live with it, which sucks. Ooh, whoops. But, what are you going to do? Let's see. Hayes did what he could. I like his effort. I like Hayes a lot. Hayes has been everything you could ask for as far as like coming in. The bottom line is we don't have the hustle. We're not playing with urgency. We are complacent, and Ham is not a coach. Yes. A high school coach can coach better than Darvin Ham. Right now, I feel like anybody can. Let's see. I know we were all negative, but Braun was incredible offensively tonight. Lost his man defensively a few times, but I got to give him props. Yeah, I mean, LeBron did what he could. He really did. He did what he could. They did blow a huge opportunity. Let's see. Assume the worst and be surprised by anything else. Yeah. Right? Again, like I say, don't expect it, but if it happens, great. Let's see. Pain, man. I feel it. I'm right there with you, buddy. Right there with you. Let's see. Stop, Tyler. Darvin Ham wasn't on the floor at the end of the third. The players conceded a 10-0 run, 1-6 for that. That's on the players. You don't call timeout that late in the quarter. It's not about calling timeout. It's about understanding the situation. And if this was game 25, I would have what I said. Go back and look during game 25. I was like, hey, it's on the players. It's on the players. It's on the players. It's on the players. This was a coaching decision. You cut it to 5. You have momentum. You're building it in a absolute must win. This is game what? 79 or whatever, right? Like if this was middle of the season game, it's fine. Right? But you have no Anthony. You got to be aware of your situation. You've been down double digits, nearly 20 the entire game. You finally got into it. You finally put yourself in a position. Do I blame the players too? Of course. The players still need to play the game. But Darvin Ham does this all the time. He did it in the Timberwolves game. Lakers are on a run. They're looking great. Take out your 3. He didn't take out 1. He didn't take out 2. He took out D'Lo, Spencer Dinwiddie, and Rui Hachimura and put in 3 non-scorers and put Austin Reeves with the ball in his hands to go and make plays. He's putting guys out of position, not understanding the situation, right? He took out LeBron and Rui, your 2 biggest guys that have just been kind of pounding it inside all game. Right? Again, it's understanding the situation. I have defended Darvin Ham plenty of times this season. But this is a situation where this was on Darvin Ham. You got to have the awareness. I understand you have a plan. I understand you have this time I always take LeBron out and I want him to play the whole 4th. Well, sometimes you have to divert from the plan. Sometimes the plan changes. Right. And you finally got momentum. You're finally heading in a direction to where you can catch the Warriors and potentially regain the lead or weather the storm or whatever. If you keep LeBron, maybe it's tied and you're up 7 to start the 4th with that run. It's a completely different game. Maybe now you win. It's just, again, understanding the environment. I completely get players need to play. That's why I always say it's never fully on the coach, right? Coach can only do so much. But the coach is also responsible for understanding the situation and when to substitute guys. Not about timeouts. I wasn't saying that he should have called timeout with a minute left. No, I'm saying You need to understand the situation. You need to understand that this is a dire, we cannot afford to lose this game, LeBron. Right? Like, you got to play. Sorry. If I can, I'll try to get you a little rest in between in the fourth, right? I'll try to get you that minute back. But you got to close it. You do. You got to close it. Lakers must win out and hope for a loss from the Kings. Problem is, we need a couple losses from the Kings. It's just, again, it's very unlikely that it's going to happen. We're not going to sit here and blame AD for our loss tonight. This game was on all the players on the floor tonight. Ham, don't see what we see. It's too late, Tyler. We already got the pitchforks out. You can't stop a good pitchfork, right? Start the rebuild. Fire Ham. Nightmare scenario, Kings drop to ninth. I actually think the Lakers beat Sacramento in a play-in game. They match up good, but I don't know. Playoffs are very different. And you're going to have LeBron and AD. You're going to run it. They're going to play completely different than they did in the regular season. Like, I'll take my chances. I actually think that they beat them. Darvin Ham should have called a timeout when the lead was cut to 5 after Dinwiddie and 1, and they already have the momentum. Yeah, but you don't want to call a timeout to halt the momentum. You wanted to keep going. They should have just stayed the course. The ice melted out of his veins, apparently. Let's see. Another troll in the comments. Yeah. They come out of the woodworks when the Lakers lose. Let's see. I love when all the trolls communicate with each other. They got their own language. Like, no one interacts with them, but they got to keep talking to each other just to stay relevant. It's hilarious. You all will talk when we're down. AD will be back, and hopefully we keep our fingers out of his eyes. Yeah, we'll be all right. Like I said, let's wait and see. We'll see what the end result is. Like I said, I don't know. I don't know what's going to happen. But I do know the Lakers have a chance. They have 2 games that they need to win. We understand what the situation is. Let's go do it. It's just like 3 features in Greenside. We have Ham, but at least it's not Doc Rivers. Yeah, Doc Rivers is awful. Let's see. Sorry, trying to find something to me real quick. Tyler, everything you've said, I've said all year. I just don't believe in lying to myself for anyone. This team is who they are. Again, they very well might finish. I just don't believe you should speak in definitives, because when you speak in definitives more times than not, you're going to look silly, right? I've talked all season about how bad the Lakers have looked and how unserious that they've looked and how, lack of effort and all those things. But I like to stick in the moment. We don't know what tomorrow will bring. We don't know how it'll end. So many people are so quick, it's over, it's done. But we don't know, right? Like, we're assuming, we're speculating, we're guessing. Sure. If you want to say, I feel like the season's a wash, I feel like the season's done, my opinion, whatever, that's fine. So many people are like, it's done, it's over, Lakers trash, start the rebuild, grab the pitchforks, right, all that stuff. And it's like, let's wait and see. That's my only thing. Let's wait and see. Because then all those same people come back and they go, Lakers, we're in the conference finals, let's go. I knew it. It's like, no, you did it. We have receipts. My whole thing is just let things unfold. If the Lakers play Sacramento in the first playing game and they lose by 30, we'll talk about it. All right, hey, they lost, it's over. Now what? What's the next step? To me, let's let things play out. That's my only thing. Because you never know what's going to happen. You never know what the end result will be. Let's see. Oh, sorry. All right, I'm going to power through a couple more questions here. Let's get it. Let's see. There we go. Chris Paul literally collecting Social Security. He ran circles around D'Lo effect. Fact that not only a crucial game, but they lost. But on top of that, came out with no heart and poor rotations. Yeah, this is just awful game. Let's see. They need a super glue goggles to AD's face. Let's see. Even when you put "as it stands" Lakers into the thing, that still doesn't make me go, "Oh, maybe I should read it now." Witness me, I'm subbing. It's so silly. Like, people, it's just all the attention. And that guy wasn't even subbed. Like, it's just, again, he's looking for attention. Yeah, they are. He's just looking for attention. That guy's not subscribed to me. Like, people, see, the thing is, people don't think I recognize them. And they're like, oh, he probably doesn't. Like, of course I do. When you're one of like a handful of people that just say dumb stuff every time I see it, I'm gonna remember you. Let's see. Silly and goofy in the same sentence. Yeah. Gotta watch Kung Fu Panda 4 with high volume after the Darvin Pocket Ham embarrassed me. I get it. I feel it. Just rage. Let's see. I'll see you later, buddy. Appreciate you. No, never. They think they're doing something. They're not doing anything. All they're doing is just helping engagement. All they're doing is just making the channel better. So keep it up. Indeed happened. We went on 2 win streaks, and 2 unfortunate losses put us out. It's crazy, unspeakable. Yeah, it is crazy how crazy it is. Let's see. Letting Walker walk for $2 million. It's not even that. Like, where does he play? He probably, like, how much does he actually play and see the court? I mean, his scoring would have been nice, but we saw even last year he was very inconsistent. He had that like even in the playoffs, right? He had that one game against the Warriors, and then he just like completely vanished in the Nuggets series. Like, and Darvin Ham kept trying to go to him, and it's just I don't even know how much he plays. Exactly. People act like we're already eliminated. Like, again, maybe we get eliminated, right? We might lose the very first play-in game. It very well could happen, right? Like, we'll see. Let's see. Bring Tyrese back. That's what I'm saying. Bring Tyrese back. That's what I'm saying. Just say you need attention. Just comment and just be like, "Hey, look at me, please. Give me a minute. Look at me, please. I need some attention." Right? I respect you more. Like, for real. You made my night. I'm glad. I would. I'd rather them just like, at least I'd respect you more. Maybe I'd actually like talk to you. Be like, "Hey, generic trolls, yeah, like they're not even good." Like, man, at least take some pride in your trolling. At least like make it worth it. Like, let's see. Every opportunity Lakers had, they blew it. Every chance they had was a failure. Yeah, I mean, they did. They did it several times. You're right. We need 2018 LeBron. Let's see. I blame the players and the coaching. Yeah, it's a good way to do it. Dude, you're right. Let's not trash the Lakers. That's my point. Like, so many people are like, I'm a Laker fan, and then as soon as the Lakers start losing, it's like they suck, they're trash, dog doo doo. Like, call it a seat. Like, are you a fan or like, man? I'd hate to hear what you say about me behind my back if I have a bad day. Like, it's like, God, Tyler sucks. Look at him, he's ugly. Like, God, I hate him. Like, man, like, it's crazy. Be your own people. Sorry, trying to find some me. Womp womp. If they lose both. The way Tyler deals with trolls is so funny. Not gonna lie. 9 seed Lakers, like always. I mean, not like always, but Tyler Funny, but he's telling the truth. He knows Lakers going to show up after we lost the Wolves. Warriors just don't celebrate with us and we make the West Conference Finals again. Yeah, exactly. Right? Again, I don't know. Maybe they don't. Maybe they lose that first playing game and we're all disappointed and it's a bad thing. Right? We'll talk about it. If it happens, we talk about it. Right? But so many people are like, oh, that's done. And then they're all going to be like, in the chat, like, yeah, Lakers, we're in the conference finals. Oh, we're in the NBA finals. Oh, we just won the championship. And they're going to be going to the parade and celebrating and living their best. It's like, dude, like, where were you? Where were you on the ride? Right? Like, if you can't be with me in my worst, you don't get my best. Right? Like, God. If D'Lo leaves, I wouldn't be mad. Keep Dinwiddie. If we could keep Dinwiddie, it depends on how much he's going to demand because we don't have a ton of money. That's the problem. So I don't know if we're going to be able to keep Din. Because, I mean, he's probably going to want 20 plus million, right? And we just don't have that. But I would love it. Joke's on you. I don't even have a hot tub, Goofy. I need a hot tub. If you want to buy me a hot tub, bet. Go cry in a hot tub. Man, only. God, I'm not. How successful of a YouTuber do you think I am? Not even at 20,000 subs, but I appreciate the like sentiment that you believe that I'm rich enough to own a hot tub. Let's see. Ooh, oh, don't want to do that. Sorry, give me a second. There we go. Very disappointed. Why don't you get more mad? Do you think we still have a chance? Deep playoff run? Absolutely. Again, like, why do I get more mad? Well, one, like, why am I gonna? I'm not gonna come on here and like scream. Like, am I mad? Yeah, of course. Am I upset? Yeah. But like, at the end of the day, like, you can't control what you can't control. But secondly, like, again, it's not over. Like, people think like we just got eliminated from playoffs. We're not, right? Like, we'll see how I feel when the Lakers, if the Lakers end up getting eliminated. Right, but until it's over, it's over. And again, I don't know. I'm not saying that it's going to happen. I don't know. I'm just willing to ride the ride and see where it ends up. Right? So we'll see. We'll see where it ends up. But I don't know. Time will tell. Again, what is there to get mad over, right? Lakers, only one team wins it every year. So you're either that team or you're not. We need a 4-way tie. Let's see. This is because of LeBron or AD missing one of the back-to-backs. Yeah, Rock Spurs game. Yeah, yep, Wolves game. Yep. Let's see. I'd rather have Schroeder and Walker over Vincent at this point. I don't know. It depends on what Vincent looks like with a couple games under his belt. This is only game 4, something like that, right? Like, again, it's gonna take him a little time. His defense has been good this season. Let's see. Let's see. If we win 2 games, we are 6 right now. Facts. Yep. Unfortunately, that didn't happen. Y'all can't beat this war. Y'all can't beat the Warriors without their best player. Like, oh, you can't make this stuff up. Lakers don't have their best player, so they can't beat a good team. Like, duh, dummy. Like, this is a prime example of people just talking. Again, just say you need attention and move on. Like, what are you talking? Y'all can't beat the Warriors team without AD. Y'all trash. Like, this is a real comment. JoJo, you really left this comment and felt good about it. Hang on a second. Everyone, let's revel in JoJo needing attention this badly that he left such a silly. The Warriors are trash without Steph Curry. They can't beat anyone without Steph. Like, oh, God, I wonder why. Can't make these people up. Man, you keep doing you. You keep beating you. Oh, my God. That might be the that might be the dumbest comment I've seen in a long time. Oh man. That is great. Oh my god. You can't beat a good team without your best players. Duh. Like, oh my god. It's almost like they're the best players for a reason. Crazy. I was already annoyed at the start of the game. AD didn't play and leaving guys wide open for threes. It's unlikely to get the seventh or eighth seed. Yeah, we enjoy the ninth or 10th, unfortunately. Sucks, but it's kind of where we're at. Let's see. I like to picture Jesus in a tuxedo T-shirt because it says, "I want to be formal, but I'm here to party." Uh, let's see what else. I still have hope and faith in this team. Yeah, likewise. Good. It's not over till it's over. Tyler, I'm scared we can't lose any more games. Well, we don't have to worry about we could lose every game the rest of the way. It doesn't matter, right? It just once we get into the play-in, that's where it matters. Like at this point, it takes so many dominoes for us to get out of the ninth or 10th seed. It's very unlikely. Can it happen? Sure, but to me, I think that there's a real argument to just rest guys these last two games and get ready for winning back-to-back playing games. So, I mean, losing the next two games not really going to change anything. All right, let me do a couple more questions. Here we go. Yeah, exactly. Good people forget playoffs and actual like regular season are very different, right? Because everything's different. The offensive schemes, the defense schemes, the way teams tighten up, the way that they execute things, right? Like star players usually play better in the playoffs, right? Some role players even play better in the playoffs. Like there's so many factors that go into the playoffs, right? Again, I've mentioned this before. How many times did we see like LeBron get swept by the Atlanta Hawks in the regular season, and Atlanta's winning like 61 games, and then get swept by LeBron in the playoffs? Or LeBronto, right? Like, how many times did Toronto do it? How many times have we seen the Warriors like run through and then the Lakers play them and they beat them, right? Like it's just playoffs and regular season are two very different things. Very different things. Let's see. Oh, LeBron was playing with the flute. Congrats, you made it to the end of the chat. You had a couple videos to upload. Also, you're just a man. Thank you, Buck. That's why I count on you. But everyone knows Steph is a 3-point shooter, but 6 on 3 points. Where's the defensive game plan? Shaking my head. There was no defensive game plan. It was let him shoot a bunch of shots. But anyway, actually looking at your predictions from before the Bucks game, you said we'd lose 3 games. Yes, but the games that I said that they'd lose is the Bucks. I did. I said that they'd go that they'd lose 3 games the rest of the way. But I said it would be the Bucks, the Pacers, that road game, and then one of the Cavs or the Timberwolves. But I thought it would be the Timberwolves. Those are the 3 games I lost. When the Lakers beat the Bucks, I was like, yes. So they shouldn't lose the other game. But yeah, they ended up losing 3, which sucks. Yeah, but it sucks when I'm right and it hurts the Lakers. Let's see. Is there still a shot for the Lakers to get a higher seed? Technically, yes. They could still technically get into the A seed, but it's very unlikely. I mean, we need like 2 teams to basically lose outright, and the Lakers win outright. So yeah, instead of you were right. Yeah, it sucks. Instead of Pacers, Timberwolves, and Warriors, it sucks how often I'm right. And when it's good, I love it. When it's good, it's like, yes, I was right. But when it's bad, it's like, man, I wish I wasn't right. Like, but anyway, I'm gonna skate on out of here. Start getting videos ready for tomorrow. So look out for all those videos. Do some deep dives into some stuff. Talk about some stuff. Again, I'm going to be optimistic. I'm going to stay hopeful, right? Again, you can do both. You can have you could expect the Lakers not to do something, but be hopeful and optimistic that they do, right? I don't want to see them fail. I'm a fan, right? I don't want to see my team fail, right? Like I want to see my team succeed. So I'm gonna keep the hope alive, keep the faith alive, and we'll see how this plays out. But anyway, hit that like button, hit that subscribe button. I am one sub away from 19,700, so I'm 301 away from 20K. I really want to get 20K before for the playoffs. So I got like a week. I think we can do it. I think we can. It sucks that the Lakers just lost 2 games because usually that I was like building momentum. It was great. Like I was getting like 50, 70 subs a day, and then Lakers lost, and it's just like boom. So help me out. If you're in the stream, you haven't subscribed, hit that subscribe button. I'd greatly appreciate it. Hit that like button on your way out. You guys are awesome. You guys are beautiful. Look for the videos tomorrow, and then we'll do when do we play next? Thursday, right? Well, whenever we play next, I'll see you in the post game stream. You guys are awesome.